Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to this message. It's good to see you. And if you're new here, welcome. I always like to give a little heads up. My messages and readings and channelings can be a bit different than what you may be used to from other readers. Yeah, they can be quite the journey, quite the deep dive. If you like going with the flow and trusting the process, you are in the right place. And yeah, let's get started. As you can see, we're trying something new today. I have my art supplies here, and I felt called to do something with my watercolors today. So this is new to me, for me too. And we'll see. I can tell that this is a pretty heavy energy actually that wants to come through. I'm just surrendering over, I'm giving over my brush here and my pencils to that energy that wants to come through. And I can already tell that it's a pretty heavy energy. It's pulling me, it feels like it's pulling me under. I'm not entirely sure what it is, although it feels very much like what you might call a darker feminine aspect or darker feminine energy. I'm just checking if it wants to give us more on that, who that actually is, or if we can give it a name. Wow, okay. That's interesting. It's Medusa. I haven't had her in a reading ever, and I haven't actually myself checked in with her in a very long time. So this is interesting. Medusa. I don't know, maybe someone has been working with her, or well, we'll see. What I did recognize when I started to tune in, and I already restarted recording the first time, and talking like the intro, and oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm already she's pulling me down. If my words are escaping me, I'm sorry, but sometimes it's hard to talk when you are in that like deep in a trance, but I give my best. So what I did realize was like there were some disturbances happening. At the moment I'm staying with relatives, and there was just some busyness outside my door in the next room, and some chores being done, and so that was a bit interfering with like the tuning in and me having the space and the piece to actually do what I need to do. And so I'm already getting something with that about that there's maybe someone trying to work with those kinds of energies, and there are interruptions happening with that. And I'm just thinking, I think I'm switching this because then I don't always put my hand into the camera. Yeah, interruptions happening when you're trying to to work with those energies. So this is a bit of a challenge for me because I have to talk to channel and pain at the same time. Like I say, this is an experiment. And I have to release the expectations that this is actually turning into something that I would feel comfortable with putting out. That this is not about, you know, creating beautiful, fine art. This is about channeling Medusa here. I'm sorry if I'm jumping around a bit, but yeah, so I don't know, there is something about distractions and yeah, being brought off course, like pulled out of your center over and over again. Like you try to follow a certain path, maybe a certain what is it called? practice. You're trying to follow a certain practice and you are being pulled out of it over and over and over again. I'm not sure if this is a side message or if this is... Okay, so this is about recognizing for what it is. It is not just like life getting in the way. This is a bigger energy. This is something underlying that is trying to prevent you to connect with those energies because whatever it is, and it feels more like an energy. It's not, it might be coming through certain people, but it's actually, it's more, you know, like a, I always like to call them systemic energies because they often operate in systems, and they are energies that have a bit of a life of them, not just a bit, like they have pretty much a life of their own. And it's usually something that is operating, for example, in family systems or also bigger collectives like societies. And those energies are not interested in the members of the system they're operating in, and they are running on to do something that is dangerous for this energy. I hear the fear of being found out, or like losing you as part of that operating system, losing you as someone who's contributing your energy to that system, and by that feeding this bigger energy. And so this seems to be some information for someone who's trying to work with certain energies that are perceived as a danger to this bigger collective that you are still part of. Like I say, this can be familial, this can be societal, it can be a religion, it can be any kind of collective that you are part of. Often it's just very often it is our society at large, because there are a lot of certain energies that are feeding off the structures that our society has in place, and those are generating certain energies that are feeding those. It can be different things. It can be the system itself. It can be also entities, attached entities. It can get quite abstract, but it basically is feeding a certain energy that is there to, that is fuel for something else. And this something else has a great interest in people staying in that system and keep generating that energy that this something else is feeding on. So yeah, we're not done here yet. Seems like we also have to let this dry a bit then, because I cannot continue my process before it's dry. So we'll see. Okay, yeah, so we'll just let this dry and come back when it is dry enough so that we can continue with this. All right, so this is dried now, and in the meantime, I did get a few more downloads. Okay, let's see how we go about this. All right, so I got a few expressions. This is I've done this kind of channeling before, not so much for the channel. I think maybe once or twice, but I've used it a lot for myself. So they usually give me phrases or words that often don't make a whole lot of sense in the beginning, but sometimes a while later or during the process it starts to make sense. So let's see, what do we have? Okay, we do have fall from grace. I did get a lot, I did get a few downloads while I was waiting for this to be dry. And sorry, this is a bit challenging. Writing and talking at the same time. Okay, nothing wrong with being different. True. Very true. All right, so I did get something about, okay, sorry, no. She says, finish the painting first. Let's do that. Okay, So, holy shit. Wow. Okay. Heaven on earth is waiting for no one. Well, actually, it is. Okay, that one was a weird one. And not the heaven on earth thing, but this one that's coming now. Okay. This is We All Live in a Yellow Submarine. In a yellow submarine. And a few notes here, just to know that we are singing it. We are singing this. All right. Where's the last one coming? Where's the last one coming? Nothing like tomorrow. And then I need a finer pencil, pen, go. Nothing like today, my loves. Nothing like today. All right. Oh, is that all? No, it's not quite all. And the question is, what does it all mean? Yeah, that's a good question. Okay. What are you doing with this now? I mean, quite possible that you already found your own meaning in this, and while you've been following along here. So what I wanted to say earlier was that I've been getting downloads around that there is this overall topic of being in an environment where people are having expectations and you are trying to fit in those expectations. And there is a fear of falling from grace if you don't do it, if you don't, I hear hustle and bend over backwards in order to fit into those small little boxes that other people are creating for you. And those, I see a box, and on the wall of those boxes, there are all the expectations written out for you so that you know what you have to do. It's like rules. It's like a guiding system for you. And you don't even have to read those rules on the walls anymore because you have internalized it. It's like an internal guiding system that you have. And you are trying to reprogram. So there is something about, so now she's showing me like you are taking out a huge brush and you are, at first I thought like taking like white paint and painting over it, but now she's showing me like you're actually asked to use colors, all kinds of pop colors, and just paint over it. Maybe that's something you can actually do, like write out those the rules, like that you know you're operating on, like you know those rules that you have to follow. And so there's something about like just write them out and then take a bunch of colors, maybe not watercolors because they don't, they don't cover up that good. So take colors that cover what is beneath, like what you've written out, and then you just paint over it. And then you can create your own rules and you can just write them over them, like your own internal guiding system. So this, now she's drawing me to this, heaven on earth is waiting for no one. Well, actually it is. Again, like this rewriting of rules. It is like this heaven on earth is waiting for no one very much speaks to me about some kind of lack consciousness that is present in the system that you're a part of, the society or the like family, friends, whatever it is. Like your environment seems to have this idea of there is no such thing as heaven on earth. I get something about delayed, what is it called? Words, please come to me, words, the right words. You know, when you're getting something out of something. Oh, that took long. This word took long to come to me. Delayed gratification. Well, there you go. That was a delayed gratification. Using my brain, calling the word in. So yeah, you are like those. The general mindset is that there's a whole lot of value put on delayed gratification. I get something about dragging, like even like dragging pleasure out, or like receiving pleasure. Like I get something about, okay, someone is buying a bar of chocolate and then they are storing it and they are not eating it, and they are resisting the joy or the pleasure of eating it, and they keep doing that for a very, very long time, and sometimes it even to a point where it gets bad. Because even chocolate, you can't store it forever. Trust me, I tried. At some point it just doesn't taste that good anymore, and then yeah. So there's like this point where delayed gratification can turn sour, basically. But I also get something about like this idea of heaven, that heaven is something that is waiting for you on the other side. It is something that is happening later. And it can be like literally in a religious context of believing that heaven is something that is not for this life, but something that is coming later, after death. But it can also be in a way of like, okay, I'm working like really long hours, and then I'm delaying like my the rest or whatever gratification I grant myself for like the after work time. Or I am even like on a bigger scale, like waiting for retirement, for example, or when the kids are grown up, like all those things of I cannot have whatever your heaven would be right now. I cannot have it now, because this is just not how it works. It's not even something. It is like, this is a belief. It's waiting for no one. Like, this is not something that is possible for me. And then like this little sentence in the back here, well, actually it is. It's just, it doesn't even explain it. It just says, well, you're wrong. And this is speaking to me about like, well, as much as this is just a statement and there's no proof that this is true, you can just reverse that statement or just kind of erase it with, well, actually it is. You don't need to explain it. You don't need proof for that. You can simply by believing in it. And this is bringing me back to another reading I did quite a while ago about belief systems and belief patterns. I'll link it up here. How beliefs are shaping our way of like operating in life. And beliefs are actually, they are simply what we believe. There's not necessarily a bigger truth behind it. It is simply what we are adapting and like taking on. So you can actually just erase one belief with another. So yes, heaven on earth is waiting for you. It is here. You can have it. It is meant for you. So now I'm drawing to this holy shit. And that speaks to me about, oh, there's some kind of revelation, and maybe it is related with this thing of, oh wow, okay, wait a second, maybe all those things that I've been taught were actually not really true, and I can make my own rules. I can make my own life. I can create it the way I want to, and this is like a holy shit moment when you actually like recognized it and realized it. And this opened up a whole new world for you. And this is bringing me to this, nothing like tomorrow crossed out, nothing like today. So again, you erase this idea of, well, there's delayed gratification is like the non plus ultra, and this is just the way to go. And you're like, no, actually, I'm not delaying all the good things, and I'm denying myself all the good things today for a promise tomorrow that I never know if it's really going to come. And this can actually be like one of the tricks that the ego mind is playing on us in order to like keep us safe. Always saying like, well, this is something I'm going to do when X, Y, Z. So, because this prevents us from ever doing it now. So it seems like you are coming more and more into this mindset and belief system of, well, actually there is nothing like today, and I'm trying to live and create a life that is operating from the now and not from the sometime else. And yeah, we all live in a yellow submarine. This is speaking to me about I don't know. I just hear like this. It's such a goofy song. It's just such a goofy song. And we have those. We have the blue and we have the purple and we have the red, and they're all kind of like, I call them serious colors. And then I felt called to put in that yellow in here. And it has like this, it kind of feels a bit out of place, although it fits in with all the other colors. So, yeah, and then there's this goofy song here with those musical notes down there. And I just hear someone singing it over and over and over again, and other people looking at you and just saying like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you this weird? Why are you this happy? Why are you this like, what? Maybe people look at you and think like you have no business being this happy. You have no business being this joyful, because maybe your life doesn't look like what they would perceive as being like worthy of being happy about it. But you know that actually like the way you're living right now is better than ever before, and you just love it. You just love it. And others look at you and like, you shouldn't be this happy. Like, you should buckle down and get to work. And you're like, no, I'm sitting here and singing Yellow Submarine because I feel like it. And so, yeah, there's this nothing wrong with being different, and that is actually quite forward for me. It's this, okay, it is okay to fall from grace in the eyes of people who have a very limited view of the world. And you know what? Actually, if you're different to those kind of people, that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's really nothing wrong with it. Some cynical people might even want to say, if you look at the state of the world, being different is a good thing. And yeah, so what with this thing that came in the end, and that was like an afterthought, and the question is, what does it all mean? And I feel like this is the point in your journey where you're stopping and you're looking at what you have learned so far, how far you've come. And now you're looking at it and you're like, yeah, so what's that all about? Like, for what? What is the purpose of all of it? What does it all mean? And it seems like what does it all mean? Maybe there is no meaning to it. Maybe there's just nothing to be. Maybe the meaning is just like, the meaning of life is just life. Because, we humans, we always like to look for a deeper meaning. But why? The question is why? Why are we always looking for a deeper meaning? Maybe living life is the meaning. Having the experience is the meaning. And that's blasphemy in the eyes of people who are always working towards something. Because if you say, or like have this idea of there's no heaven on earth, there's just something that you have to work towards, and you get this delayed gratification. You get this, you get the reward sometime else, some other time, sometime, someplace else, not here, not on this earth, not on this planet, and not in this life. And if you come to the understanding that actually the meaning of life is life itself, the meaning of life is living it, suddenly all the bullshit falls away. And then you have another holy shit moment, because you're realizing you've been doing it all along. You've already been doing it. You've been doing what you were supposed to do. Live, breathe, go to bed at night and wake up in the morning and just live another day. And sometimes you feel like you're failing at it, and sometimes you feel like you're doing it poorly, but this is all part of it. There's actually no failing as long as you keep living, as long as you keep somehow extending your life. You're doing the job. Maybe the bare minimum, but you're doing it. So, and yes, of course, I mean, we can go further and say, well, but what is a purposeful life, or what is a fulfilled life? And of course, there are things that make life even better. But I can tell you, it's astonishing if you come into this understanding of life is just here to be lived, how much pleasure the small things in life suddenly bring you. Just sitting outside and feeling the sun rays on your face, or the wind caressing your skin, hearing the birds sing, exchanging a smile with another human being, laughing about something, tasting a really nice fruit, taking a sip of water. All of those things suddenly can become a beautiful experience. And those are just basic things, just basic living. And suddenly it is about those small things. And then you don't really need the big success, the great events or celebrations. And I mean, you can still have those, but they suddenly don't seem that important anymore. And you're realizing that actually heaven on earth is understanding that living is exactly that, if you allow it to be, if you allow it to be joyful, if you allow it to be what you consider to be a good life, and not what other people are telling you a good life is. So, yeah, find the love in it, find the love inside of yourself, find the love in your life and in the life that is surrounding you, because if you start looking for it, you will find it everywhere. And yeah, so that's it, my loves. This turned from a very, very heavy energy, and I was like, oh my God, I have to say, it was quite painful in the beginning. It was really painful, especially with Medusa coming through. I mean, it's interesting that she showed up. I'm just saying, maybe this is specific for someone, because I mean, she didn't really bring through a message that was very much related to her energy. I have to be honest, it's confusing me a bit. But yeah, like I said, it started as this like really heavy thing, and then it turned into this joyful, lighthearted energy. And it kind of shifted with the Yellow Submarine song. Really, if this is for someone, like I would love to hear from you. I would really love to. I would hear from you. I would like to hear from you in general. But if that song was meant for you, please tell me, because I love those little details. And if you have insights about Medusa as well, let me know. Let me know. I mean, I do see some connections here. Sorry for dissecting this way right now. I'm just trying to make sense of it. I do see some connections here. I do. The fall from grace, and I do get like with the submarine, and here's like the blue. I got something about an ocean, and I mean, she had that thing with Poseidon, where it's not quite clear if it was a mutual understanding to have intercourse or if it was forced on her. But Pallas Athena came and was very angry and turned her into a monster. So, yeah. The question is, what does it all mean? If anyone has insights on that, I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, yeah, I hope this reaches you. If it's meant for you, I hope it resonates and helps you, supports you. And as always, I'd like to hear from you. Maybe you give this video a thumbs up or leave a subscription. Firstly, it helps me pick up on your energy more easily, and of course you're supporting the channel and help me put out more content if you liked it. All right, I wish you all the best with that, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care, my loves. Bye.